it happened suddenly. That night, I was playing games at home. Just after finishing a game, there was a sudden explosion. I was so scared that I looked out the window. There were flames in the distance, and explosions were heard one after another in other places. I quickly picked up the M416 and went downstairs. I listened at the door for a while. Many people passed by outside. It seemed like a monster appeared out of nowhere and was attacking humans. If bitten, it would become unconscious. This problem became serious. I called my family to stay upstairs, closed the windows tightly, and didn't turn on the lights unless necessary. Then I continued squatting at the door. It wasn't until late at night that it became quiet outside. I asked my family to be good and walked out with my equipment. The houses in the village were still intact, but the traces of the explosion could be clearly seen in the distance. I was walking carefully in the village, and suddenly a man appeared from the corner and rushed towards me to bite me. I kicked him away and looked carefully. There was blood on the corner of his mouth. Could this be the person who was bitten? Infected? He quickly got up and ran towards me, and I gave him a headshot. The skin on this man's body is no longer normal. Thinking of the various movies he has watched, could it be that he has become immortal? In order to prevent him from dying, I burned him directly and continued walking. Until morning, I met 5 infected people. After getting rid of them all, I watched the sun rise and walked around a few more times to make sure I didn't encounter any before going home. It seemed I was afraid of the sun. I returned home, told my family about the situation, then went to the vegetable garden to collect all the vegetables and moved all the food at home to the 2nd and 3rd floors. Our family had just harvested 20 acres of rice that had not yet been sold, which is enough for us to eat for a long time. We also have more than 30 chickens. The vegetables can last for half a month, but the sweet potatoes can be used as vegetables, which will last for 2 months. There is also chili sauce and sour chili at home, which can also be eaten. I don't have to worry about the food for the time being, but I am worried about someone coming to snatch it. I don't care if a few people come, but I can't beat dozens of people. Now that the situation outside is unclear, I can only stay at home and finish moving all the food. It is already afternoon. I ask my family to pay attention to the surrounding situation. I need to get some sleep and keep watch at home at night. When I woke up at night, my father told me that several people had come during the day, asked if anything had happened to our family, and then left. Our house has 3 floors. There is a large open space outside the 1st floor. The west side is where chickens are raised, which is relatively dangerous. I went out and patrolled the surrounding area a few times. After killing a few infected people, I drove the tractor at home and drove to the brick yard in the next village as quickly as possible. The facilities here had been destroyed, but there were still a lot of bricks. I quickly loaded the truck and drove home. At this time, I no longer cared about the issue of whether to pay or not. When I got home, I asked my family to unload bricks, and I went on patrol again. There are only 4 people at home now, me. My parents and my sister's son came here to play, but now they can only stay here temporarily, and I can't do much except take 1 brick at a time. I made several calls one night and found no infected people during the day. My dad worked in construction, so laying bricks was not a problem. I quickly built a wall in front, leaving a small doorway and installing an iron gate directly. After 3 days, the wall was finally finished, and I could relax a little, but I was afraid to let my family go out. I was about to go to bed at night when a message on WeChat rang. I finally had an internet connection. I hurriedly read the news. It turned out that mysterious monsters had appeared and occupied all the major cities in various countries. People could only move around scatteredly. Only some unimportant places have been spared, like small places like ours, but the number of infected people is still increasing. I sent messages to family and friends and received replies, and I breathed a sigh of relief. There is no specific statement on how to tide over the difficulties at present. We just ask people to go out as much as possible. After thinking about it, I took out some of my treasured equipment. 1.416 was definitely not enough. In the next few days, the exterior wall was installed with electrical grid. Half a month has passed. Through the internet, I know that it is getting harder and harder outside. I am also very sad. The security level of other people's homes is so low. Our village should organize people to build a wall to surround the village, but no one stands up. I can only take care of myself first. Well, I'm watching the village entrance with a sniper on the 3rd floor. I've been staring like this all morning because I heard that some people also saw infected people during the day, which means that they will evolve and their levels will increase. This is very embarrassing because the attack power of my equipment has an upper limit. If the infected people are too strong for me to kill. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. I looked down and asked him what happened. Our leader wants to talk to you. Who is your leader? What are you talking about? Our leader is a retired soldier. Now, a temporary security department has been established in the next village. Now, we need to organize people to form a security team to patrol and eliminate infected people. I heard that you have the ability, so I asked me to come to you. In this way, I told my family and left with him. When I came to the security department, the defense here was pretty good, much better than my home. If there were levels of building defense, then my home could only be considered level 2, while this is level 3 defense. I saw the leader in question, and he looked like a soldier. Everyone here was holding a weapon. The man standing in front of me had an AK in his hand and was wearing a combat uniform, while I only had a 416. This comparison is impossible to compare. He said, "Hello, my name is Luo Qingcheng, and I am the person in charge here. Are you still right? I heard that you have dealt with a lot of infected people by yourself during this period. We are now going to set up several patrol teams to be responsible for the security of this area. With the current number of people, we can only set up 5 patrol teams, each with 6 people. I hope you can lead one of them." The patrol team is good. After all, many people cannot protect themselves. The threat to us will only increase as the number of infected people increases. But I went to the patrol team. What should I do with my family? My level is definitely incomparable to yours. It's okay to join the patrol. It's just that my family needs me to protect me, so I may not be able to patrol with you. We will arrange for someone to protect your family. Then security can let this person go on patrol without me. You don't understand what I mean. I hope you will lead a team to patrol Yuanshan Town. I will focus on protecting the surrounding villages. Are you kidding? Look at my equipment and then look at yours, and I haven't practiced systematically. We provide the equipment. I trust your ability, and your adaptability will become stronger and stronger. As long as you lead the team, I will ensure the safety of your family and the necessary supplies. I have to go home and discuss this. For now, I am not short of equipment, but in the future, our family will soon be running out of vegetables. My parents cannot lack vegetables. Not eating vegetables will still be very harmful to the body, and I have a feeling that I can guarantee my safe return. Chapter 2 Patrol. I returned home, told my family about the situation, and promised to pay attention to safety, and then told them not to go out casually or open the door to others. Although there were no infected people during the day, there was no guarantee that there would be no robbers. I left 2 guns at home. After I packed my things, I saw a man in combat uniform coming to my house. He said that he was the next person responsible for the security of my house, and his name was Li Ming. After a brief chat and confirming Li Ming's identity, I left. When I arrived at the security department, my patrol team members were already waiting for me. Luo Qingcheng took me to choose equipment. I walked into a room filled with weapons and ammunition. I looked around and chose 3 guns and a long knife. This long knife is very sharp and can cut down trees and kill animals with 1 blow. Animals today should also be affected. If they turn into monsters, this knife can also kill them. After choosing our items, we set off. Our team's destination is Yuanshan Town, which has a permanent population of 50,000. I don't know what will happen now. It should be difficult to recapture and establish a defense line. There were 7 of us in total. We drove 2 cars and arrived at the outskirts of Yuanshan Town in 25 minutes. We had a brief chat in the car and got to know each other. We parked outside the town. It was still daytime, so we didn't see any infected people or meet anyone. We were divided into 4 groups, 2 in groups, and I acted alone. Each group takes one street towards the center of town. We walked very slowly, afraid of being bitten by something that suddenly ran out, and afraid of being beaten by others. Walked for half an hour. Finally, I saw a few people walking scatteredly on the street. They finally took their things and ran away immediately when they saw me. Further inside, you can still see a few open shops, and there are more people. It took 2 hours. We got an overview of the situation in the town and then found a place to settle. A few people exchanged the information we learned with each other. The current situation was pretty good. There were still thousands of people in the town. There were no infected people during the day, and there were no armed forces. 2 team members found some equipment left by the government department. Although it was not as good as ours, they still got it all back. There were still 2 hours before dark, so I arranged for 2 team members to be on duty. The others were sleeping and resting, so I went to sleep too. When night came, the team members on duty woke us up, asked them to go to rest first, and then check the surrounding situation with the other 4 people. Hissing sounds were heard from time to time, indicating that there were infected people outside. When I came to the window and looked out, I saw several infected people walking around unconsciously, and there were also a few in the distance. We brought our equipment and went outside to deal with the nearby infected people first. The sound of gunfire attracted more infected people. It was difficult for the groups of infected people to disappear, and these infected people seemed to be more difficult to kill. I just threw the bottles to burn them all, returned to the house, and installed the silencer before coming out. With a silencer, as long as they are not too close, no infected people will notice it. After dealing with almost 200 infected people in one night, it is really tiring to go back to the resting place after dawn, simply eat something and go to sleep. I woke up in the afternoon and took out my phone to check the messages. The signal was intermittent. I informed my family that it was safe, and then I checked the surrounding situation. It was still the same as yesterday. After 5 days in a row, they finally dealt with all the infected people nearby and sent a message to Luo Qingcheng, asking him to arrange for people to manage it. A wall must be built around it, and then the surrounding residents would be taken over. Let the team members wait for Luo Qingcheng where they are, and I go to the woods 2 kilometers away to check. Very few people go there, and the light is dim. I don't know if the infected are hiding in it, but I mainly want to see if there are any animals and wild vegetables. I drove the SUV Luo Qingcheng gave me over, parked the car outside the woods, and observed the surroundings. It was very quiet. There were overgrown weeds here. I walked slowly in and found a lot of wild vegetables and fruits. I picked them all, and there were even mushrooms. Later, I found 2 wild boars, both of which I stabbed. I put the bloody wild boars in the car. I didn't know if Luo Qingcheng would beat me. The 2 wild boars total about 500 kilograms, and the wild fruits and vegetables are about 50 kilograms. If you keep them well, you won't have to worry about them for a month. When I returned to town, Luo Qingcheng had already arrived. I briefly talked to him, gave him 2 pig legs, and drove his car home. It was dark when I got home, and Li Ming, who had come to help me guard the house, was patrolling upstairs with a gun. My parents and I moved the vegetables out of the car. The vegetables that are not easy to preserve are put in the refrigerator first, and the rest can only be placed in a cool place. The wild boar is processed, a small part is frozen in the refrigerator, and the rest is salted. I don't know how long the refrigerator will last. After taking care of it, I took the 590 I got back from Luo Qingcheng and prepared to sweep around the village. The 590 can only hold 35 bullets and can only fire 1 shot at a time. It is not very powerful, but it is not a big problem to deal with these infected people in the village. My family lives east of the center of the village, so I walked east first. Just 20 meters out, I found an infected person. I aimed a shot at the head, and it collapsed. I walked over and kicked it. If there was no reaction, that was it. After these few days, I found out that as long as they're exposed to sunlight, their bodies will evaporate, and I don't have to work hard to burn them with fire. Several more infected people were discovered one after another, and I shot them all in the head. Now I have to save bullets. I haven't found a place to make sabos yet. I want to change my sword, but now I'm not sure whether I can defeat these monsters at close range. After visiting the east side of the village, I walked home to prepare for a rest. I didn't get enough rest during the day, and I was afraid that I would encounter a situation that I couldn't control. When I got home, I said hello to Li Ming and went to bed. But I just lay down and haven't fallen asleep when I heard the sound of someone talking, like several people talking very quietly, and there were footsteps, like they were walking towards my house. Something was wrong. After a while, I heard what they said clearly. I saw her bringing back 2 wild boars today, as well as a bunch of vegetables, and based on my observation over the past few days, I think her family will have food. As long as we take it, it will be enough for us to eat for a long time. So are you planning to raid my home? I quickly stood up and found the cannon I brought back from Luo Qingcheng. If I killed them, would I be caught? Soon, Li Ming gave the answer. No one cares about this now. He has killed 2 people who wanted to rob him in the past few days. Then I wasn't afraid anymore. After following the sound to determine the location, I waited upstairs. It took about 5 minutes before I saw anyone. So has my hearing been enhanced? I can't figure it out. For people came, all holding M416S, so they looked up to me. Looking down from upstairs, these 4 people were standing together. It was estimated that a cannon could take them away. But I still don't want to kill anyone. I just want to teach them a lesson. I changed to a less powerful M9. At this moment, they were ready to attack the door of my house. I aimed at one of them and shot at the arm, and then shot at each of the other 3 people. The whole process took less than 2 seconds. These people were killed before they could react. Li Ming and I quickly ran downstairs and collected their equipment without giving a few people a chance to leave. These people are not from our village. It seems that our village is not safe now, but I don't want to move to the town. It is definitely more comfortable to live at home. Moreover, my parents spent a lifetime of saving to build my house. I don't want to give up. Chapter 3, Infection Escalation. Luo Qingcheng has begun to establish a security line in Yuanshan town. The people left in the village will gradually move out, and then we will be the only ones left. I decided to ask other people, and if anyone was willing to stay, we could build a line of defense together. Many people in our village have planted a lot of rice, and there will definitely be no shortage of grain. These people may be willing to stay. I asked Li Ming to stay at home and look for someone. After searching around the village, I found 8 families who were willing to stay and guard the house together. They happened to be not too far away. We were divided into 2 groups. I took 3 people to the brick yard to move bricks, and the rest built a defense line around the village. First, we surrounded the place where we lived, and then we also surrounded the fields next to the village. We have many small brickyards here, but no one is taking care of them now. Luo Qingcheng and I told him that I only wanted bricks from the brickyards not far from me, and he would use the big brickyards. Relying only on the bricks from the small brickyard, we can only encircle the first circle, and production will continue in the future. Building a wall is a laborious job, so I sacrificed 2 wild boars and cooked vegetables every day to ensure that everyone could eat a few pieces of meat. 10 days later, we had used up the bricks in the brickyard and built the wall. The 4-meter-high wall was covered with a lot of broken glass. There was only 1 gate and 3 small doors left. We usually only go out through the gate. This is to facilitate the entry and exit of vehicles. On this day, I learned about the situation in the outside world from the internet. The current situation has stabilized and has not continued to worsen. The entire human society has been hit by unprecedented damage. Productivity has seriously declined. Food is in short supply. Transportation has recovered, but the degree of recovery is very low. If my brothers and sisters want to come back, they have to wait for a long time to get on the train. The national institutions have been destroyed. Now, we rely on force to speak, so we can only rely on ourselves for a long time in the future. This makes me very worried about the safety of my relatives outside. I wonder if Luo Qingcheng can help me solve it? I called Luo Qingcheng and asked if he could help me bring a few people back. Now I can't think of trains, high-speed rails, planes, so I can only drive. Luo Qingcheng wanted to make a deal with the outside world, exchanging food and other supplies for weapons. He happened to pass by the city I mentioned, so he agreed to help me bring people back. I sent him my contact information and address and solved the problem. Then I can get back to work with more confidence. It's already November, and there are a lot of confiscated crops in the fields. I don't know if they have been harvested yet. My parents are very clear about where to grow what. We have divided the labor. Some people plant vegetables in vegetable plots in the village, while others go to the fields to look for leftover crops. Li Ming stayed in the village, and I followed him out. After a day of hard work, we found 10 bags of sweet potatoes, 20 bags of cassava, and 10 bags of corn, and loaded them into a cart. No one here eats cassava anymore, so it's normal to still find so much. At present, we are not short of staple food, and we plan to use sweet potatoes as vegetables. We selected the sweet potatoes without broken skins, separated them by size, and kept them in a cool place for 3 days. Then we packed them in cartons and sealed them. We ate the broken ones first, then the small ones, and finally the big ones. If the sweet potatoes are properly stored, they can be stored for a long time. Peel and cut the cassava into cubes and dry it in the sun. We don't want to eat it now, so we will leave it until there is nothing to eat later. Corn is also dried and preserved and can be used to cook porridge. All in all, it has been almost a month since the incident happened. I have had no time to relax at all this month, and I have not thought about what I will do in the future. I just want to live well now, and now I can finally relax. I am a game fan. If I don't play games for a week, I feel that life is meaningless. When I have free time, I think of games. I went to the room upstairs, turned on the computer, and could still log into the game. All servers showed that they were open. Before, I had to queue up when I went online. After going online, only a few people are online in the friend list, and the others are basically displayed as being online a month ago. Before that, there were dozens or hundreds of people online, which is very helpless. I was playing a casual development game, and I would grow vegetables and fish when I had nothing to do. After playing for a while, I got offline. It happened to be daytime, and I also wanted to eat fish. I definitely can't buy them now, so I have to go to the river to catch them. We happen to have fishing tools in the village, so I took my weapons and went out to catch fish with my dad. There are quite a lot of fish in the small river here, but we can't catch many with our tools. We are not professional fishermen, so after working for a long time, we only caught half a bucket of fish, both big and small. I also caught half a bucket of snails. The snails were kept in the water to spit out sand, and they ate fish at night, frying a big one, cooking some small Christian carp soup for my nephew, and drying the rest for storage. When night came, Luo Qingcheng sent me a message saying that the number of infected people outside Yuanshan town was increasing and asked me to pay more attention here. When I was building the wall, I built a corridor just so I could see what was going on outside the wall. There were infected people coming outside the wall one after another, but I eliminated them all. There are more infected people tonight than usual. It seems that the situation is obviously getting worse, and there is no treatment medicine. Why is this situation happening? I haven't received any news yet. After walking around twice, I felt that there were no infected people anymore. I was about to go back to rest, and I saw 2 obviously taller humans walking in the distance. I took out my telescope and looked at it. Oh my God, what the hell is this? The humans in sight were not human beings. They were obviously twice as tall as normal people, very strong, with large blood stains on their faces and several teeth about 4 to 5 centimeters long growing out of their mouths. Maybe they saw me, and they ran over directly, with their hands stretched forward, as if they were coming to catch me. This looks more like an upgraded version of the infected. The ones I encountered before were probably the first generation, and these 2 are version 2.0. I brought an AK and 4 burning pings with me. When they walked in, I threw the 4 burning pings over, instantly igniting 2 large fires. Then I fired with the AK. Finally, before the dam was used up, they fell 1 meter away from the wall. When the fire is done, only 2 sets of bones are left. Tomorrow morning, we will pick them up and give them to Luo Qingcheng to see if we can study anything. After dawn, I ask Li Ming to deliver things. He is settled in our village now. There is no way, I can't keep an eye on him sometimes. So Luo Qingcheng asked Li Ming to stay and help me. After washing, I got ready to go to bed. Now my lifestyle has changed to sleeping during the day and patrolling at night. Before going to bed, I took out my phone to see if there was any useful news. Scroll through, there's a lot of information on the internet, and safe zones of various sizes have been established around the world. The leaders of each safe zone either cooperate with each other or rob each other. There are also many short videos of infected people. There is so much information, but I only see information that is more practical for me now. Plants and water sources have not been affected yet, so the water can be drunk with confidence, and the crops can be eaten with confidence. Also, some of the previous network lines are still intact, so I can receive information intermittently. In terms of electricity, because many of them are energy generated and the power plants are in areas with few people, they have not been damaged. However, the power plants have been unable to operate, so I can still use electricity, but there are frequent power outages. Chapter for the appearance of crayfish. I bought a few solar lights at home before, which are relatively small and installed on the exterior wall. They are exposed to the sun during the day and glow when it is dark. The weather's been pretty good these days. The sun is shining brightly, and the installed solar lights are working normally. The protective wall we built is not powered yet. I want to go to town to see if I can get some and install them on the protective wall, but I don't know which stores sell them. I still have to trouble Luo Qingqing for this. It would be daytime, so he shouldn't be sleeping. He doesn't patrol and keep vigil at night like me. I'm so envious. I took out my mobile phone and sent him a message, "Brother, I need dozens of solar lights." Then I took a photo of my solar lights and sent it to him. He responded to the message after a while. "You really know how to find time. I just found a batch last week, and there are 40 left. I'll give you 30. I want to keep some." Impossible. It is said that the total inventory of the stores in the town must be hundreds or thousands. Will he use so many? But I am very happy for giving me so much. Okay, bring it to me when. Let's go in 2 days. Send your family there, by the way. They will be there in 2 days. So soon? I thought it would take a long time. I don't want to be delayed on the road for too long. I'm afraid something will happen. My parents were also very worried during this time, but they should be able to breathe a sigh of relief now. Now there are more and more infected people, and they are getting more and more powerful. He has already given me information about the bones he sent to Luo Qingcheng last time. These bones are extremely hard and can be used as melee weapons after special treatment. The brick factory must continue to operate. Some of the people who stay in the village have worked in the brick factory. They know how to operate the production line. I plan to dismantle the equipment and transport it back, and then transport the stones back to make bricks and continue to build the wall. After I told my dad, he went to find someone, and then we drove a few tractors to the brick factory to dismantle the equipment and bring it back to the village. They set up production equipment in the village, and I took 2 people to transport stone and cement. The produced bricks need to be kept for several days before they can be used, and they usually need to be sprinkled with water. 3 days later, people from Luo Qingqing sent my family back, along with 30 solar lights. I asked them to have a good rest at night, and the next day I took my brother with me to install the solar lights. The bricks we made on the first day can also be used. After installing the solar lights, we started building the outer wall. Considering the area, we started building the wall 100 meters away from the village so that we would have enough materials and enough land. It took half a month to finally build the outer wall. During this period, I met some infected 2.0. I gave all the bones I collected to Luo Qingqing. He used them to make melee weapons and gave me 10 sets. The vegetables I grew before can also be eaten, mainly cabbage and potatoes. Everything is going well, but I know that the situation in the outside world is more critical, so I won't be at home for long. I have a game friend who we talk to very well. We used to do missions and hack together, and even said we would go to a city to play, but then he stopped online and stopped responding to messages on WeChat. I often thought of him, and as time went by, I thought he would completely lose contact. I was still sleeping that day, and my mother woke me up and said that a man was looking for me. She also said that he was my friend named Crayfish. Let me go. Was it because I didn't wake up or didn't hear clearly? I got up quickly, ran to the balcony, and looked down, and sure enough, I saw a man, a heavily armed man. You're looking for me? Who are you? I'm Crayfish. I'm here to find you. Are you kidding me? We are all members of the Special Operations Team. I am Crayfish. I went abroad to work as a mercenary before, and now I am coming back to you. The name of our team is Special Operations Team. I hurriedly came downstairs and opened the door to let him in. He was still carrying something tightly packed on his back, so I blindly guessed it was a sniper. When he came to the living room, before I could ask, he took off the thing and slowly untied the cloth. Isn't this Barton? Did you steal this? What I robbed, I bought this. I am a rich man now. TSK, TSK, TSK. It doesn't matter if you have money now, but your weapon is really good. Now that he is here, I can go find Luo Qingcheng and then go outside to see the situation. Chapter 5, getting ready to go. I arranged for Crayfish to rest and patrol with me at night. Because I was about to leave, I took my brother with me during the patrol. We patrolled the village first, and after confirming that there were no infected people, we went to the second area, which is the area with the first and second walls.